Hey guys. So somebody had asked me what this story of Moses coming down after the second 40 days, what it's about. So I went in and I did an investigation of Exodus 34, where Moses is comes down from the mountain. He goes up to the mountain of God for 40 more days after he After he comes down the first time, he breaks the commandments. Remember, and the Israelites are worshiping the golden calf. And then he goes back up for another 40 days. And when he comes down for the second time, there's a revealing of some kind. So let me just go ahead and show you this investigation that I did into the meanings of these words. So it says, this is Exodus 34, chapter 34, and it starts, I think, down here in verse 29. And it came to pass when Moses came down from the thorny mountain with the 2 plates of the testimony. But then I noticed that this word shana, which normally means 2, it also stems from this word that means disguise. So I thought that was kind of interesting. In Moses' hand or in his power or sign when he came down from the mountain. So it came to pass that Moses was revealed, that the skin was exposed of his presence and turned back and shone and grew horns, while he declared or made a speech. And when Aaron the light bringer and all the men of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin was exposed of his presence and turned back and grew horns and shone, that they were afraid to come near to him. And Moses summoned, and then this word nephal, which means cast down. So it almost seems like it's saying, and Moses was cast down unto them. And Aaron the light bringer and all the prince lifted up and carried off the multitude. And the witness returned unto him. And Moses either spoke to them or warned and threatened them. And afterward, all the children of Israel stayed behind. Could be what it's saying. Or it could be saying, and afterward, Moses stayed behind. And all the children of Israel drew near. Or that reminds me of a rapture and staying behind. You know, we have that all over Scripture. Drawing near to God and staying behind. And he gave them the commandments that Yahweh had spoken to him in the thorny mountain. And Moses either spoke to them or warned them and threatened them. And he put a veil on his presence. But when Moses went in before Yahweh to speak to him, he took the veil off until he came out. And he came out and spoke to the children of Israel that which he was commanded. And the children of Israel saw the presence of Moses, that the skin was exposed of Moses' presence, and turned back and grew horns and shone. And Moses put the veil upon his presence again until he went in to speak with him. So my first thought was, okay, an unveiling of some kind. And we know that the book of Revelation, the word revelation itself, stems from this Greek word apocalyptis or apocalypsis, which is apocalypse basically, and it means a disclosure of truth, a manifestation and appearance, and it stems from this word right here, apocalypto, to uncover or to lay open what has been veiled or covered up. So it seems like what's happening here when Moses comes down the second time, the second 40 days, it's pretty clear that that's an unveiling of some kind. I mean, I'm not saying that it's these dates because we don't know that. We're not going to know it until we get to those dates, but that's what the story is about. That's when Moses comes down for the second time. There's an unveiling of some kind, and that's what the book of Revelation is written about. And this word apocalypto stems from two words. This word apo, which means a departing or a fleeing, and kalypto, which means to hide or veil. So we see apo a lot. We see apo in relation to the rapture as well. So like, for example, in 2 Thessalonians that talks about the return of Jesus, it says, that day shall not come, the return of Jesus shall not come, except there come a apostasia first. And so apostasia comes, it stems from two words, apo, which we just looked at. So apocalypse, which is a departing or fleeing from the hidden, or it could be the rapture and a veiling, or who knows what. It probably means several things. But this one means a departing or a fleeing. And this one's condition of standing, which stems from this word apohistemi, or aphistemi, which stems from these words apohistemi. And histemi again means escape and safety. So it kind of goes right along with departing and fleeing, because apo means depart or flee, and histemi means escape and safety. So we see this a lot. We see this in Matthew and Mark and all these different scriptures. When we actually go in and we investigate the words themselves, I mean, we see histemi here in Mark 13:14. When you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel, histemi, escape and safety. And then Matthew 24:15, we've looked at that, saved by flight. So it's all kind of the same thing. It's talking about the same thing here. So escape and safety. So before Christ returns, this is what 2 Thessalonians is saying. We beseech you by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. It says, for that day shall not come, the return of Jesus shall not come, except there be escaping and safety, departing first, so the rapture first, and that man of sin revealed, so of revealing. So it's not saying that before the man of sin is revealed, there's a rapture. It's not saying that. It's saying before Jesus comes back, there's a rapture and a revealing. So a rapture and a revealing happens before the return of Jesus. So before Jesus takes over takes over earth, returns to earth, before Christ returns to earth and rules earth again instead of the deceiver who we have. That's who we have right now. We have the deceiver. So we're looking for the good one, and the good one before the good one returns. There's a rapture and a revealing of the deception. So right here we have a revealing of some kind. So I guess that answers the question of what's going on in this story at the end of the second 40 days. And does it have anything to do with what's going on here? I have no idea. Like I said, we're not going to know until those days come and go. But it's possible. I mean, we did have a similar situation right here. The end of the first 40 days had to do with the Israelites worshiping the golden calf, which is very similar to the golden bull on Wall Street, and we had that fiscal cliff issue exactly on this day. So yeah, that was very similar, and that was connected to what's actually going on. We also know we had these really major fulfillments back here that have been happening. So yeah, I would say that's possible. That an unveiling of some kind might happen right around in here. It's possible. We won't know until it happens. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought that was kind of interesting. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and there's just one other thing that I wanted to point out, because these 7 days, that actually comes from the story of Noah, and it's not necessarily, well, it's not coming from the story of Moses, but it is a 40-day period. And what I thought was interesting about that is that so we know from Genesis 7 that here's when the flood started, right here, and the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days. So if we were to go back here, when we knew that Noah's 40 days, or if we were to go back to when the 40 days started, Noah's 40 days, the 150 days would end at the end of March. And I did a calculation. Let me see if I can find it here. So October 25th, 2012 was when one of the 40-day periods started for Noah. It's not this one. It's this one. No, it's not that one. All right, hold on. Oh, I see what it was. Okay, so the Noah's 40 days started on Halloween, but it rained for 40 days. So I just subtracted 100. I subtracted 40 from 150. So we know the waters prevailed on the earth for 150 days, and we know it rained for 40 days. So that leaves 110 days left. Okay, so that's what I did. So 110 days. So this one right here, 40 days that ended on October 25th, is this timeline right here, where the 40 days started on trumpets and ended on atonement on the 25th. And so 110 days later would land on February 12th. So that's what that is. So the 40 days ended here in that timeline, and then the 150 days, the end of the waters, when the waters were dried up, or when the waters were, basically dried up from off the earth, would land us right here. And then on the other timeline, this timeline right down here, where the 40 days started on Halloween and ended on Hanukkah, that one is right here. So 110 days from December 10th until March 30th. I hope that wasn't confusing. So basically, we know from Genesis 7 that there's 150 days, that the waters prevailed upon the earth for 150 days. So if the waters started here, then they end on February 12th. And then in this timeline, they start here on Halloween and they end on March 30th. So, I mean, that's, I have no idea what it means, if anything, but I just thought it was maybe something. So I just wanted to share it with you. It almost lined up here, but it didn't. It's the next day. So it's actually, I think it's Lincoln's birthday. Let me go back here and look. Yeah, it's Lincoln's birthday right here on February 12th. And March 31st is Easter. So that's what it was, right? March 31st, or was it the 30th? No, it was the 30th. So the day before Easter. So who knows? Who knows what it means, if anything. I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right, I'll let you go. Bye.